So today we did some more stand-up sweeps and also 50-50 stuff, stand-up sweeps. So we're sort of going into how to use stand-up stuff to counter other stuff. So for example, if they're pulling guard, what can I do to sort of interrupt that from happening? Like if I see them pulling guard, can I do a takedown I do a takedown before they pull guard, or can I do something to interrupt their pulling guard? So while they still might pull guard, at least I'm not off balance as they pull guard, right? At least I'm on top and I'm like in a passing position rather than I'm on top and I'm off balance and then they can sweep me very easily. So we did all of that. I'll go over the details later. And then 50-50, we did another way to stand up from it, and then some entrances into it. So 50-50, I don't really like the position, mostly because it's just from the name 50-50, it's no one has the advantage, it's symmetrical. Also, it's like, I'm not familiar with it. There's a lot of leg stuff going on. I've been told, all the leg stuff, you get hurt from it, blah, 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 which, is probably it's probably exaggerated how much more dangerous it is or whatever, but, it's still more likely than other positions. Also, I just haven't been in that often. So Fabio is like, I feel like Fabio doesn't really like it either. He's just like, this is how you get out of it. So I kind of like that philosophy. Like, if you find yourself in it, this is how you get out of it. And today we learned some entrances into it. So I don't know why you would enter into it. One of the entrances was from Neon Belly, from defensive Neon Belly. So, I think being in 50-50 is obviously better than being in Neon Belly. So, but the other one is from like X guard or single leg X. It's like, why would I go from those positions into a symmetrical position? Like if I'm in single leg X, I'd rather, if I knock you over, I'm not gonna knock you over. Well, if I knock you over, I'm not gonna like settle into that 50-50 position. I'm gonna try to knock you over and then scramble up, I guess, rather than do something technical from 50-50. In an X guard, if I knock you over, I'm not gonna go into 50-50. If I sweep from X guard, I'm gonna be in a pretty good position. So I mean, it's good to know the position, but I don't think I'm gonna focus on that much, except to like figure out how to get out of it. The rolls today, that was sort of similar. There was like times I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, or like I was in unfamiliar positions. Not necessarily because I was in 50-50, but I was doing a lot of open guard and just a lot of kind of leg spaghetti because I was trying to get my legs in. I definitely think, that I need to kind of work more on open guard in terms of like, what can I do offensively from that position, rather than how do I find spots in open guard where I'm like comfortable. Like, because I'm finding out that I can't just like get into a traditional open guard, right? Like it's hard to like get into spider, because there's two sides to it, right? Once you get into the spider on one side, then like while you're fighting to get the spider on the other side, they're undoing the spider on the first side. So you need to get like one grip and one like foot position, and then you need to start working on that, and then you working with that position allows you to grab his other wrist or like grab his other collar, and then you get the other foot in. It's not like step 1 is get the left side, step 2 is get the right side, and then step 3 is you do an off balance or a sweep or something like that. It's more like you grab a sleeve, your foot finds like a del hiva or a bicep or something like that, and then we generally kind of work into it and off balance here. Like, it's much more fluid, I think. So just need to think of that, be more of that mindset. So today we worked on some stand-up, and then we worked on some 50-50 again. So stand-up was Kuchigari, Kosotogari, and entering Kosotogari from defending against a guard pull. Then we did a stand-up from 50-50. If you are open, if your legs are open, if your leg is open across the body. And then we did entrances into single leg X. Entrances into 50-50 from single leg X, from X guard, and from neon belly. So Kochigari and Kosotogari, I don't remember which one is which. One of them is from the inside. One's from the inside and one is from the outside. So I think, I don't know which one. So the inside one is you take your right foot, let's say your right foot forward, your right foot hooks their right foot behind the ankle, and then you push, you have elbow, lapel, so your opposite foot goes to their to the elbow side, hooks the foot, and you push them over that way. So you're hooking from the inside. This felt awkward. I mean, it's hard to hook from the inside with your inside leg. You need to like come in and then turn your foot over. So it felt pretty awkward. I think it relies more on the upper body. So you're not really using the lower body that much. You're kind of using it as like a placeholder in order to overload their upper body weight over to the side. So you're not like sweeping the leg, it's more like a block. So that was the first one, which is either Kosotogari or Kochigari. Then the next one, which is the other one of those two, is, let's say, you have elbow, lapel again. This time you're using your outside foot. Is that right? So this one is if they are pulling. So if you have elbow with your left hand and lapel with your right hand, so that means they have an elbow grip on your right arm. So they're trying to pull there. So their left foot is coming up to pull. Then you use your right foot to block the foot that's coming up to guard pull, and then you sort of kick it from outside in, and then you pull, then you move your arms in a clockwise direction. Yes, that's right. Yeah. This was also a little difficult. I think it's probably because we were trying to do it without like actually going to the ground, and it's hard to, it's in opposition to a guard pull, so it's hard to do a guard pull in like slow motion. So the person pulling guard isn't like bad off balance, I guess. So it wasn't that much of a realistic simulation, I guess. So then the third one is osotogari. So osotogari is when you, let's say you have elbow grip on your left hand, the pellet grip on your right hand. You step outside with your left foot, your right foot follows, hooks their leg from the outside in with the back of your knee, and then you kind of reap it up and throw. So this one is in doing that in response to a guard pull. So they would be pulling guard to your right because you have elbow. So once they bring their foot up, oh, okay. So they are picking up their left foot. So you step when they pick up their left foot in order to pull guard. You step outside with your left foot, and then you enter into osotogari. So at that point, it's very easy to do osotogari because they have their other foot up already because they're trying to pull guard. And they're kind of opened up also because their body weight is going the opposite direction. So you don't have to like step around that much. You just have to step around a little, bring your leg across, and then do the reap from there. Second move was standing up for 50-50 from just call it outside ashi. So normal 50-50 is you each have your opponent's leg in between your two legs. So it's like you're scissoring. So let's say your right leg is engaged. Each of your right legs are engaged. You bring your right leg from the left side of his body, well, his right side to his left side. And from your perspective, from the left side of his body to his right side. So now you're straddling his torso with his right leg in between your legs. Then you shoot. Then you get to one knee. You tuck your outside leg under you. And you get to one knee. Yeah. Then you widen your stance a little. If you do like a knee, you do a toe heel. You pivot your toe heel to get your feet wider, and then you stand up. Right, now right. So we'll probably have like a figure four lock on your leg, on the upper knee leg, your outside leg. So then you should be able to push his legs down, and then it's like a side smash. Yeah, getting the leg over, you can use like the spider guard. You can use like a spider guard grip there to create separation, get your leg over. But then, if you're sitting down and then getting to kneeling on it was a little hard, I think. Yeah, okay, so that was that. Then 3 entrances, so from single leg X, you do like a knee lever kind of move. From from X guard, you stretch his legs out, then you bring the bottom leg back across to the near leg, across the quad, and then you take the top hook out, and then you come up, or you knock him down, and then the third one was knee on belly. When he's knee on belly, you frame his supporting leg with like a bicep curl, and then you frame the body with your inside arm. Then, so if he's coming from your right, so his right knee is on your belly, you're doing like an uppercut or like a bicep curl frame with your right to kick up his leg a little bit or to create a little space. Your left leg is normal framing, and then you bring your knees to your chest, and your right leg goes between his legs, and then over his right quad, and then you knock him down into 50-50. You can create a little bit more space by sliding down so that the knee on belly leg is like in your armpit. But I don't see this working if he's putting pressure with the knee. I think you have to do it as they're entering into knee on belly. So as they're about to settle into knee on belly, that's when you do this move. But I found it really hard. The X guard one is also like I don't really see it happening under like live conditions. The single leg X, yes, but I don't know. I don't really like single leg X. It seems like it's more of a maybe single leg is fine. I don't really like the 50-50 position because obviously it's 50-50 and it's like a very symmetrical position. I'd rather obviously be in an advantageous position. Let's talk about that in the segment before.